What's going on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a glorious day. Over the years, I've taught a lot of people, probably hundreds of people, how to play guitar, how to sing, how to just anything like music involved. I've taught people how to play music. And one of the common things that I've found is there are so many people that say, I can't play music. Like, I always wanted to play guitar, but I just can't. Well, let me tell you something. When I first started playing guitar, I was 13 years old. I hated it so much, I quit, and I said, I'm never doing this again. And then it wasn't until many years later that I picked it up again, and I fell fastly in love with it. And within maybe 2 or 3 weeks, I was addicted to guitar, and I just never stopped playing. Now, one of the things I thought in that process was when I was first learning how to play guitar, the way I was being taught was extremely frustrating to me. So I developed a technique to teach people how to play music so they can learn in a very simple way that's not frustrating, something that anyone can do. And once you learn how to do this, then you can expand your mind and start playing chords and songs and all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to give you guys a very simple and easy breakdown so that if you're interested in playing guitar, if you ever wanted to do it, whether you have $1 million guitar or a $5 guitar, it doesn't matter. I'm going to teach you how to do this right now. Just be patient. Don't worry, and here we go. So the first thing you have to know, of course, is tuning your guitar. If you don't have a tuner, if you have a phone, you have a tuner. If you have a computer, you have a tuner. So I use this one right here, and it's a guitar toolkit. It's a little more expensive. There's plenty of free tuners. This one just has like all these chords, and I've been using it forever. And the way you tune your guitar is you start from the top here, right? And you just, hit it, right? Just dun, dun. And it's a little bit off. You can see, it might be a little hard to see, but can you see the needle kind of going, right? So, if the needle is to the left, then you actually want to go up. So what I'm going to do is to the left a little bit, actually much to the right, so I'm going down. So I'm turning this knob here just towards me, like clockwise to the right. And my goal is to just get it in. You want it to get in that middle in there and just be green. Depending on your tuner, everyone's a little bit different. But if it's not perfect, if it wavers a little bit, that's cool. Don't worry about that. As long as it's pretty much right there. And then you just go string to string. You just start E. It's E, A, D, G, B, E. And that's how it works. And just go through it. And if you can tune with your ear, I've been doing that too. But don't worry if you can't. It's just like a little added bonus. If you can ear tune, that's awesome. So I go through my little guitar like so, boom, and now I have a tuned guitar. So, guitar is tuned, that is step one. Now, there are lots of things when it comes to playing guitar. You have these 6 strings, and the way the guitar works is that from here to here. So this is, you get your bridge and your neck, right? And from here to here, when I pluck this string, depending on how thick the string is, it makes a sound. It vibrates. Right? It has its own vibration. Whereas this string, same length, but it's a smaller string, so you get a higher note. So the thinner the string is, the higher the note is. Like that versus this is a low E, and this is also an E here. It's just higher, same note. So as I'm going up my neck, and you've got these things here called frets. Dun, 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 dun. These are all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the frets of the guitar. When you press one down, and you don't press on the fret, you press in between the frets. So this is like 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th, and so up down the neck. But what happens is when you press one of these frets, if I don't press it, I get a lower note, and if I press it up here, it gets higher. Dun. This is like dun, dun, dun. So it just goes up and up and up, and basically the shorter the string is, because I'm shortening the string, it goes up and up and up. So that's how instruments work, especially the guitar, anything stringed instrument. Depending on where you press it, you're shortening the string, you're shortening the vibration, so it vibrates faster, the note gets higher, right? So when you're playing a chord, it's just a series of pressing different things down. Now, I used to teach people how to play chords first, and you can go online and you can learn about here's a D chord, and here's a G chord, and here's a C chord, here's an F. And certain chords are easier, like G is a lot easier for people than, I'm trying to think what's an F chord. It's more like bar hard and stuff, people have trouble with F or even something like a B flat. So if you want to start learning chords, learn G, A, E, and D. Those are great to learn. You go online, they'll show you where to put your fingers. Each string has a different number to it, so it's like, E, A, D, G, B, E, every good, how did I used to do it? Everyone eats dinner, good boys eat. E, A, D, G, B, E. But the way the strings are numbered is from the bottom here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up. So if you were to learn chords and it says, take your, middle finger and play the 2nd fret, 1st string, it's, right? So you can learn that, and I recommend going online and learning about the chords, and then it just becomes like getting your hands used to the shape. The shapes can be very odd at first, so it becomes about really getting your hands used to those like weird shapes and kind of doing that. And also calluses. When you're pressing on strings, they will hurt your fingers. So once you get over those first couple of weeks, your fingers will develop calluses and you'll have no problem playing. And don't fret. Like it's hard for anyone every single person you see that ever played instruments as play guitar, it's hard for them to. Even Jimi Hendrix, his fingers used to hurt at the beginning, I'm sure. I'm just sure of it, I just know. So I used to teach people chords, and that can be frustrating at first. So what I started doing was saying, hey, don't worry about chords, just pick a note. Don't even worry about pick. You can, if you do want to learn how to hold a pick, there's different ways. Some people go like this. I like to kind of curl my finger down, place it about right there, and then just like hold my hand on it. It's really whatever feels good, but don't even worry about that. You can use your hands. I love playing with my hand. Whatever you want to do. But what I say is focus on just one string, whatever string feels good to you, right? And this is music. You're not playing a whole song and singing like Ed Sheeran or whatever. You're just learning the basics of connecting to music, and it's so much more valuable to learn this way than just to go out and play songs, because you can be very frustrating. So let's just pick this string here, this high E string right here. It's the highest string. So just pick this string, right? And I'm going to play a song. I'm just going to play a chord, actually, not even a song. Everything's technically a song. So I'm going to play this E right here, and what you're going to do is you're going to take that high note, or whatever note feels good, so you're basically just playing notes, right? And all that's happening is, as you go up, you take one finger, just use your pointer finger, and just press down on notes and see how it sounds. So if I'm playing this, and you play, trying to do both our parts at the same time, but the idea is, so you're taking this string and you're going to be just going up and down, one finger, up and down, and seeing what notes sound good. So like, leave it open. You don't even have to put your finger down. That sounds good too. So do something like that, whatever feels right. But if you'll notice, if I played a wrong note, if I'm playing like, and I press, it's just, you hear that sounds just like, where the hell did that come from? It's like this very weird, what the heck's going on? So if you get a note like that, do not worry. That just means that you have to go up one more note. Anytime you hit the, just go up, no, that's not right, but, right, so, but, see, that sounds good. This is me playing both of our parts. Right? So what I want you to try now, and then you can go up higher. So you're like, no, it didn't sound good, but. Then I go down one, it's nice. through it. Cool? And the whole idea here is that what's cool about this is if you can learn just this, you can walk in with musicians playing, anyone playing, and you can pick up an instrument and start playing along. You don't have to know the chords. A lot of times I start playing a song, people are like, oh, what are the chords? And what I found really valuable is if you don't have to ask people what the chords are, but you just listen with your ear and play something simple, it can be one note. Like if I'm playing this, it can just be like, for literally the whole time, and then, right? And that's, sorry if my hand was cut off a little bit, but the point is, when you learn what music is, and you're not just trying to play exactly what someone else is playing, but you're trying to play along, it's like having a conversation. What I'm really teaching you here is how to have a conversation with someone. So when you can have a conversation with someone, you can walk in any situation, and you're just talking with your instrument, and you're being harmonious. You're not making the wrong notes, and later on, those notes, they actually have their value, they have their space, but just to keep it simple, we're playing in the key. Every note has a structure of different notes that go along really well with it. Some that sound good, some that sound off, and the point is here is just to find those notes that sound good, and you train your ear to do that. And if it's frustrating at first, it's okay. What we're going to do now, just to end this lesson, I'm just going to play this one chord. You're going to pick up your instrument. This works for piano as well. This really works for any instrument, so it's not just guitar. You can even sing along to this, and it's such a great, simple practice to really get into music. I'm going to do more complicated lessons as we go, but here's the way. Here's anyone that just wants to get into guitar, try this first. And I'm telling you, when people play along to something, they actually do it, that's when it clicks. That's when they get excited, like, wow, I can do this. Because most things in your life you think that you can't do until you actually do them. And then you do them, and you're like, whoa. Same with cooking. Like when I teach people how to cook, like I can't cook, I suck at it. And then you show them how to make something they like, and like, that was it? That was that easy? And then they're just obsessed, and I love helping people with that. So here we go. I'm going to just play this E. This is an E major, and you're just going to pick one string. It doesn't have to be, it can be, any string that feels right to you, even. Right, I'm just going to play this E with you, cool? Just play along, pick a note, and make it sound good. Run away with me tonight. We'll find our life in harmony. And I can say there's another way that I wanna feel so free. And you take your time. You've got one life to be so free, and try to play with me. You can always see you can play with me. Awesome first lesson, guys. Tell me what you want to see, what you want to learn. So much more to come. I hope this helped you learn how to play guitar. Just keep trying. Be easy on yourself. Music is a universal language. Everyone can speak it. It just takes a little bit of time to learn.